Hey you guys, I'm so excited. Friday is coming. Do you get excited when it's Friday? Thank God it's Friday. It's the weekend. I'm getting paid. This life is great. Well, that is until I wake up and weekend's over, paycheck's gone, and I'm back to life. Is that where you find yourself? Do you find yourself frustrated with your finances? Irritated with life, wondering where you're going, just kind of feeling lost? Well, in this little infomercial, I'm going to show you a different way of looking at life, starting with your priorities. Now, sometimes it feels like we have the weight of the world on our shoulders. I'm going to break it down so it's not so heavy. So if you join with me, I'm going to ask you first to go and get 13 cards. Now, I did say 13, and I realize some of you are going to have a little bit of an issue on the number 13. My website, PriorityDrivenLife.com, on the page Freeing Your Finances, has more information about how amazing the number 13 is. But after you read it, and you still don't like the number 13, just choose to throw one of the areas that we're going to talk about away, or divide one in half. But grab 13 cards if you would. We're going to take a look at life. Life. What's life all about anyway? Well, sometimes it's kind of heavy. Sometimes we have the weight of the world on our shoulders. This quick video, well, maybe it's not going to be so quick. You'll just have to kind of come along with me and find out. It's going to help change the paradigm of how you see your finances and how you see life, one priority at a time. So I'm going to introduce you to the 13 areas of life. On your first card, I want you to write the word giving back. Now, giving back, the reason I start with giving back is, well, someone gave to your ma, and then your ma gave birth to you. And that's been going on for many, well, years, centuries, well, since the beginning of the creation of the world. Our lives starts with giving. So it's time that we think about giving back. So write giving back on your first card. The next area we're going to come to is my future plan. You might say that, wait a minute, I don't really have a plan for my future. Well, I have some good news and some bad news. Right now, where you are has to do with what you chose years ago for your future plan. You might say, I didn't really plan. Yeah, it shows. So my future plan, write it down. Where do you plan to be in the next 90 days? Where do you plan to be next year? Let's not go any farther because sometimes it can blow your mind. My future plan. Do I want a wedding? Do I want a house? What do I want in my future? The next area we're going to talk about, let's see, is my peaceful sanctuary. Peaceful is a key word. Is the place, the sanctuary, the place where you dwell, is it peaceful? Is it beautiful? Is it clutter-free? Is everything you look at just inspire, relax, and rejuvenate you? Or is it a place you'd rather not come to? Let's talk about peaceful sanctuary. Right? Moving right along. The next one is enjoying food. Now there comes a point in our life where sometimes we're actually not enjoying food. We're simply stuffing the food into our mouth. So we're going to start looking at enjoying food from a whole different perspective. In fact, does your body actually enjoy what you're putting in your mouth? Does your mouth go, oh, yum, oh, this is delightful, this is wonderful? Or is your body going, oh, please don't shove that in there, please? We're going to look at enjoying food. So you may be wondering, payday, all of these categories, what's the deal? Well, I'm going to show you how one priority is impacting another. But first, we're going to go through these 13 areas. Now, on my website, on freeing your finances, you could scroll down. The first part is increase your cash flow, lose the budgeting plan. We can scroll down, life's about choices. Hey, kiss your budgeting plan goodbye. Yep, you heard it here. And we're going to talk about the 13 areas of life. And then the 13 circles of life. Replace your budgeting plan. So if at any point you're like, what were those areas? The website has them, so just go there. So the next area, looking good. Are you looking good? Are you presenting the best version of you? Do you leave the house and pray you don't run into anybody? Are you in pajamas that should have been thrown away 15 years ago? Is your teeth, are they looking good? Every part of you looking good. Now sometimes looking good gets a little bit so much more of a priority than other areas of our life that our closet is filled to overflowing with clothes that we don't wear, we don't like, and yet we still seem to go and buy more. We're going to talk about the priority of looking good. That was the next one. What comes after that? Cash flow. Now, are you increasing your cash flow? Are you becoming more valuable at your job? So increasing your cash flow. Learn a new skill. Improve the skills. Become a valuable asset. Maybe think about an income stream that's passive. The next one is forever learning. Now, we send our kids to school and we expect them to learn, but what are we learning about? Are we continuing to learn, or have we thrown learning to the curb and replaced it with Netflix series, mind-numbing things? I encourage you to find something every year that you want to learn. Maybe try some subjects that you don't think you want to learn, and you'll find how fascinating they are. Be in a mindset to be forever learning. Right, the next one is transporting me. Whether you have a car, whether someone you know has a car, there's costs involved in transporting you from one place to another. Is your car running on empty? Is it on its last legs? What are you doing for the replacement? Is your car a priority, or is it the priority and it's destroying the rest of you? Well, we'll find out. Transporting me. All right. What number are we on? My plan B. What is your backup plan? Your plan B is where we have insurance, whether it's life insurance, car insurance, renter's insurance, house insurance. It's our insurance. It's plan B. It's an emergency savings. Minimum is $1,000. And then 3 to 6 months of your expenditures, your plan B. There's always a plan B. It always surprises me when people are surprised that there's an emergency. It's part of life. The next one is total wellness. Now, what part of your body has not been being taken care of? When I think of total wellness, I think of life coaches. I think of chiropractor, holistic. Think of doctor and dental. Everything about my body. Like, there's been an ache in my toe. Maybe I should see a reflexologist. How are you taking care of you? Total wellness. My grandmother, who passed away at 103, would say, your body is the only vehicle you will own for a lifetime. You should take better care of it than your car. Okay, Grandma. The next one is so important. Having fun. Have you been having fun? Maybe too much? Or not having fun at all? Having fun is something that if you don't plan it, it doesn't really happen. Have you taken a cruise lately? Have you done some exciting exploring? Go see Get out and expand your mind. You'll realize that people live everywhere and do all sorts of things, and they're up all sorts of times when you're in bed. So plan something this week about having fun. Do something out of the ordinary. If you're like, oh, boating is fun, well, that's cool. Do something else. Find something that's fun. And most about having fun is the attitude that you carry with you. Getting down there, we have 2 more areas. So the next one is my goals. Have you lost sight of what your goals are? What are your goals? Is your goals to pay off debt, to increase your debt? Is your goals to have a house? Is your goals to lose weight, exercise? Maybe your goal is to have that passive income. What is your goal? Maybe it's to fly in a helicopter or fly the helicopter. Think about what are your goals. And the very last one is sweet extras. Now, sweet extras can be everything from your pets to the toilet paper in your house. It can also be that little extra thing that you do to reward yourself for just being you. Now, sweet extras often go overlooked. It's that little thing that says, hey, I like you, and I'm going to treat you to this. So now we have the 13 areas of life. The next thing that you're going to do is think about each of those areas on the back of the card. After you've written them all down, on the back of each card, write how important that area of life is to you. And then look at them. If an emergency comes, what do you normally do? Which area of your life gets nixed, thrown away? If you could have life any way you wanted, how would you have it? Would you have all 13 of these areas? The next thing I want you to do is grab 100 objects, whether it's 100 pennies, 100 gems, 100 noodles. Grab 100 objects and take these 13 areas and distribute the 100 objects between the areas, making sure that you use all 100. Now, you are 100% you. The reason it's 100 is because the 100 is needed. Now, right below on my website, you can go down and it will tell you to grab your 100 pennies. So again, if you lose any of the instructions, just go to the website and read it. And as soon as you've got your 100 placed all across the 13 areas, I want you to look at your bank balance. Now, whether that's your paycheck that's just coming in because your bank balance was 0, or maybe you have a little bit of cash. I want you to take your bank balance and divide it between these areas based on the number of pennies or objects that you put. So if I put 10 objects on giving back, that would be 10% of my bank balance went there. If I did 10% on my future, 10% would go there. Now, peaceful sanctuary, it's important to me, so maybe I had 20 on there. That's 20%. So you get the idea. Each one of these items, these areas of life, will have a part of your bank balance. They do have a part of your life, your time, your energy. They are a priority, and only you can decide what priority they are. Sometimes they'll move, they'll flex. It's very flexible. But the 13 areas, take your bank balance apart. Take your bank balance and divide it across. Would that cover your current obligations? What if from this point forward, every time you got your paycheck, you divided it across the areas and began to live by your priorities instead of the pile mentality? You see, if everything's a priority, nothing's a priority at all. If my priority is X, Y, or Z, I'm going to accomplish X, Y, or Z because I'm going to choose to put some other things aside. Again, everything and so much more is contained in the mission toolkit, the life skill toolkit, whatever it is I'm calling it these days. Not only is it in this kit, But across the planner, the Priority Driven Life Planner, across the bottom as you open it up, you'll see the 13 areas of life. And what it shows me is every time I'm looking at my day, I'm thinking, did I have fun? Am I meeting my goals? What have I given? And so the planner has a brief version. The first few pages talks about how to set it up. The kit over here is just completely in depth. These are 2 resources I would encourage you to get. They're going to change your life. They're going to change your perspective on how you're showing up. It's going to make sure that you go, woohoo, it's Friday. In fact, every day is a Friday. With the system of free to spend, I find that I never think about payday. What? It's payday again? It never seems to faze me because I'm no longer living for my balance, but I'm living for my life. And above all, my heart is for you to do the same. Choose to live a life you love. Any other is simply a waste of oxygen. Now, the links are going to be down below, but if there's anything that I can do, please reach out. #AskSharonLove. I'll find you. I'm there. And until we meet again, may today be your best day ever, because that's the way you've created it to be.